Apparently, overturning Roe was supposed to get women back in the kitchen cranking out babies like it was 1950. And will y'all believe this? That actually nationwide, abortions went up 10% post-Dobbs. The reality of what's actually happening versus what the right thinks is going to happen, it's going to blow your mind. So since 2022, the right's been banking on one big assumption. If we make abortion not available, women will start having more babies and the population rates will go up. But here's the thing that they didn't count on. Women are smart, resourceful, and now we're pissed off. So y'all will not believe these numbers. They blew my mind. Women aren't backing down. They're just shifting the play. Women are now in states where there are bans. They're just traveling out of state or using telehealth providers, right, to ship in abortion pills across state lines. And you guys, there are all kinds of like mutual aids, nonprofits that are springing up to help people with funds to travel across state lines and, like little groups that are bringing pills across. Now you have things like encrypted chat apps. My point is that women are being very smart. We've always been smart. It's just that men, they completely have always underestimated us. Well, not all of them, but the ones on the right. But listen to these other numbers. These bans are actually not increasing the population. They're just killing off the women who actually want to have children. So in Texas, maternal mortality jumped 56% in the first year of its abortion ban. 56%, okay? That means that you have a woman who dies as a result of, a pregnancy or directly thereafter. All right, so why is that a problem? Because if the bans, which are principally in the red states, trying to protect that fetus, right? But in so doing, they're killing off the mother. So potentially, she didn't have access to abortion as medical care because, she wasn't getting like an abortion. She was, it was like life-saving type of abortion. So because they don't want to do that, she ends up losing her life. Of course, taking her out of the pool of people who are available to have children. And nationwide, the states that have bans, almost all red states, 7% increase in maternal mortality. Just to clarify, when you deny a medically necessary abortion, you're not saving a life, you're killing the mother. AKA, instead of saving one baby, you're killing the mom who could have had 4, 5, 6 other children. And every maternal death takes her permanently out of the equation. That's not a population boom. That's how you end up with a population collapse. And then, of course, there's this other massive shift where women are just opting out, saying, you know what, hard pass, I'm not going to have kids. Right now, 40% of women aged 30 to 34, no kids, which is up from 29% just a decade ago. Yeah, you people on the right, you're really killing it. That means that millions and millions and millions of women are saying no thanks to having any children because they are tired of us having no rights. Again, you're not moving in the right direction. So that's millions of lost babies, not because of abortion, but because you are trying to squeeze women into the mold of being baby makers, so they're saying, no thanks, fuck it. Because women are starting to say, hey, I'm not going to play the role of incubator since you look at me as disposable. And then there's the 4B movement, okay, which you haven't heard about it, go do some research. Dating, no marriage, no sex, and no children with men. And it is growing like wildfire online. Add that to the fact that we have all these incels on the right. And you can start to see, I'm going to tie it all together at the end, but you guys can see this is a building, like this is going to reach a boiling point. And so that whole 4B women, again, women are they're just opting out. They're saying, nope, pass. If you've reached this part in the video, don't forget to drop the secret words. Women's rights are human rights. Don't forget to like, repost, and follow for more. And you guys may want to follow me over on YTube since some of my videos are going missing over here. So let's talk about the fertility rate, which is the part that either these lawmakers don't understand or they're not paying attention to. It's called TFR, total fertility rate, and it basically means the number of children that every woman needs to produce so that our population isn't declining. And in our country, that number needs to be 2.1 children. It's called replacement level. That doesn't mean your population's growing, it just means your population's not shrinking. And the U.S. hasn't been there since 2007. In 2023, I think we were at like 1.63. You have to look at what's happening here, right? The 4B, the women that are saying, no thanks, a huge majority of them are on the left, right? They're not MAGA, they're not right-wing, they're not trad wives. Even if you took every single one of the Republican trad wives, right? And they all had 2.1 children, it still wouldn't be anywhere near the numbers that they need to even maintain replacement levels. And that's before we talk about the fact that there was a poll done that said that 60% of women will not have anything to do with men who are MAGA or Republican. They're like, nope, hard pass. I don't know which way you swipe on that. Y'all let me know. Swipe left for accept and right for, okay, I don't know. Anyways, y'all understand what I'm saying. Those men are out of the dating pool. And those are the very men that want the babies. And those women are like, not even messing with this guy because I'm not trying to end up a trad wife. Let me tie it all together. In red states, typically where women want more children, they're dying because they don't have access to abortion as medical care. Not all of them, obviously, but I'm saying the proportion of women that die as a result of that maternal mortality is happening in red states, which again means they'll never have more kids. All at the same time that they're trying to make these bans in every red state, basically, where you can't ship those pills in, which will only lead to more maternal mortality in the red states. All while women across the country are just going, no thanks, I don't want to be a mom. Add that to the dating boycott of 60% of women saying they will not fuck with the Trump supporter at all. And if you're not dating them, you sure then shit are probably not going to have their baby. That means that half the male population just got cut out. Don't let me forget to layer in immigration. You know, the group of people who almost always have more children than white people, and we're just rounding them up and shipping them off. So not only are they killing their own women, they're rounding up and deporting immigrant families who have traditionally bolstered population growth. Oh, and also basically shut down any new immigration. I'm sorry to tell you people on the right that the math doesn't lie. Even if every MAGA woman tried to have more kids, the numbers don't add up. Replacement is absolutely impossible under these conditions. And that's before many of these laws have gone into effect. Which only leaves me with one question. Women, how far do you think that they are willing to go to secure a population boom? They've already overturned Roe. They're trying to criminalize pills and traveling across state for abortions. I don't know how seriously y'all think that the people on the right take a population decline, but I'm hard-pressed to believe that forced pregnancies aren't the next step.